The engine's hum was the only sound piercing the thick darkness as I drove down the desolate highway, surrounded by towering trees that seemed to loom over me like silent sentinels. The only illumination came from my headlights, casting eerie shadows that danced along the edges of the road. I should have known better than to take this shortcut through the woods, but I was eager to reach my destination before nightfall. As I navigated the winding road, a sense of unease crept over me, like unseen eyes watching from the depths of the forest. My grip tightened on the steering wheel, and I couldn't shake the feeling of being followed. Glancing in the rearview mirror, I saw nothing but darkness behind me, but the sensation persisted. Suddenly, a figure darted across the road, causing me to slam on the brakes. My heart pounded in my chest as I peered into the darkness, but there was no sign of whoever, or whatever, had crossed my path. Shaken, I continued on, chalking it up to my imagination playing tricks on me. But the feeling of being watched only intensified as I drove deeper into the night. Strange noises echoed through the trees, and every shadow seemed to conceal unseen horrors. I tried to shake off my growing sense of dread, focusing instead on the road ahead. As I rounded a bend, my headlights illuminated something lying in the middle of the road. My blood ran cold as I realized it was a twisted wreck of metal and glass, a mangled car, its headlights still glowing dimly in the darkness. I pulled over, my heart racing as I approached the wreckage. The scene that greeted me was like something out of a nightmare. The car was smashed beyond recognition, its windows shattered and its frame twisted and bent. But what chilled me to the bone was the sight of the driver slumped over the steering wheel, their lifeless eyes staring blankly into the night. Panic seized me as I realized the implications of what I had stumbled upon. I fumbled for my phone, my hands trembling as I dialed for help. But as the call connected, a voice whispered in my ear, chilling me to the core. "Leave now, before it's too late." I spun around, but there was no one there. The forest was silent, as if holding its breath, waiting for me to make a move. With a shiver, I backed away from the wreckage and jumped into my car, slamming the door shut behind me. I floored the accelerator, desperate to escape the oppressive dark that seemed to close in around me. But no matter how fast I drove, I couldn't shake the feeling of being pursued. Shadows flitted at the edge of my vision, and I could swear I heard whispers on the wind. As I finally emerged from the forest, the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon. With a sigh of relief, I realized I had made it out alive. But as I glanced in the rearview mirror one last time, I saw something that made my blood run cold. A pair of glowing eyes, watching me from the darkness of the trees. And I knew then that I had escaped from something far more sinister than I could ever imagine.